Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So I've been testing the iPhone 13 Pro Max to see if there's any significant difference between the phone and then the 12 Pro Max, or if both of them are just the same phone with a different name. And in my humble opinion, I think there is not any significant difference between the two phones. But regardless, I'm still going to point out the differences between them so you can pass your own judgment as well. And here with me is a razor that I'm going to be using to do a scratch test on the phone at the end of the video. So stay tuned. So both phones are both flagship of different years. This one is the flagship of 2020 by Apple, that is the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and then this one is the flagship for this year, 2021, the 13 Pro Max. Both of them are premiumly built with glass with a stainless steel, no doubt. But unfortunately, the stainless steel on both of them easily attract fingerprint, as you can see. I don't know if my camera is able to capture it, but it attracts a lot of fingerprints. So I would recommend you put it in a case, because the shiny fingerprint, once it attracts fingerprint, the shining will stop. Now, the similarities between these two phones make it very difficult for someone to differentiate between them from afar. For example, if you are using this phone, making call on your ear, someone will hardly differentiate that this is the 13 Pro Max and this is the 12 Pro Max. So if you are someone who bought it maybe because you want to show off to your friends that you are using the 13 Pro Max, I'm sorry to disappoint you. There's no way your friend is going to know that this is a 13 Pro Max when you are holding it from afar. It's only when the person asks you or when the person got closer, that is when the person can know, yes, okay, this is the 13 Pro Max and not the 12 Pro Max. So, but there are still some differences. But like I said, there are very little differences. In fact, that's why I said they are the same phone with different names. Now, the first difference is that when you hold these two phones, you notice that this one is slightly heavy one. I mean, very, very slightly heavier than this one. So it's not something that you notice easily. So except if you put your mind there. Then the second thing is the camera lens. When you look at the lens, you see that this one appears to be bigger than this one. So the lenses, that is not lie. So the lenses on this one are bigger than this one, very slightly, not that they are very huge. Also, when you look like this, you see that the bump on the lens of the 13 Pro Max is slightly higher than the one on the 12 Pro Max. I don't know if my camera is able to capture it. So, but then both of them wobbles. When you put it on the table, it wobbles. So that is that about the camera. Then another noticeable difference is on the notch. The notch on the 12 Pro Max is bigger than the one on the 13 Pro Max. So, but you can only notice this when you put both of them side by side. So, because the notch is still big, it's not like tiny like the poncho that you see on Android devices. So, it's still very big. So, if you are holding the iPhone alone, you might not know that it is small. It's only when you are holding it with the 12 Pro Max, that is when you know that, okay, the notch is actually smaller than the one on the 12 Pro Max. Then another thing is that the camera lens of the front-facing camera has been moved to the right on the 13 Pro Max. On the 12 Pro Max, it was at the left, if you can see it there. So, but it's now right here on the 13 Pro Max. Then another thing is the earpiece. The earpiece on the 13 Pro Max is at the center of the notch, while on the 13 Pro Max it has been moved all the way up, so which is very, very good. Then another noticeable difference is the buttons, the power button, the volume locker button, and then the silent locker. They are slightly lifted to the top, just very slightly. Now, this is intentionally done by Apple, and I'm going to tell you the reason why they did this. Because these two phones are of the same length and of the same size. So the only difference when it comes to the size is the thickness. So the iPhone 13 Pro Max is slightly thicker than the 12 Pro Max. So for the length, so there is no any better reason why the button were shifted upward. So now the reason why they did that was that so that your case for the 12 Pro Max will not work on the 13 Pro Max. So you can say it works very well. But when you try to slip this case on the 13 Pro Max, you're going to see, you see, everything slips very well here. So what here is not. So, and this is because of the buttons. So you can see, so it doesn't fit very well. So you will need to buy a separate cover, a separate case for the 13 Pro Max. So this is 13 Pro Max case. So that's that about that. Then the final thing is on the camera. Apple talked about this camera so much that you think that they had something groundbreaking coming to the camera, but actually they are the same. In fact, you hardly tell the difference between these two cameras. So there is no any very great improvement, other than they have succeeded to eliminate the yellow shiny color that has plagued iPhone for a very long time. Yes, I don't know why other YouTubers doesn't talk about it. I think there's one particular person that I've watched his video and he did mention it. If you have been using an iPhone till iPhone 12 Pro Max, and if you have the opportunity to use it side by side with other good phone that has a very great camera, you notice that the iPhone 12 Pro Max camera and other earlier iPhone cameras don't represent the actual picture of the object that you are snapping. So it always shows this shiny yellow tint as if you are using a kind of filter. Although people who take pictures for Instagram, Snapchat, all those social media stuff, they will be okay with it because it kind of paint you the color you are not and make you look great sometimes. So, but it does, if you are someone who care about the actual representation of something, you will know that the iPhone 12 Pro Max doesn't give you that. So it always gives this shiny picture. So, but that is the only thing that they've succeeded. So in eliminating this 13 Pro Max. So you can see the picture, you can see the picture on the 12 Pro Max, you can see the picture on the 13. You can see how that part look. That part is red and white. Well, you can see on the 12 Pro Max, the part is somehow looking a little bit orange, but it's not orange. So that is that. So another thing is the camera software. So the camera software between the iPhone 13 Pro Max and then the iPhone 12 Pro Max are not the same. There are some features that are on the 13 Pro Max that are not on the 12 Pro Max, like this cool stuff here, whatever. So this cool stuff. so it's not on the 12 Pro Max. Again, the cinematic option is not also available on the 12 Pro Max, and this is where Android comes in handy. If it were to be an Android, you can easily port the camera software from the 13 Pro Max to the 12 Pro Max. So that is it, guys. So my conclusion, I think the iPhone 13 Pro Max is not actually meant for those who have been using the 12 Pro Max. So if you are someone who has been using 12 Pro Max, I don't see any need why you should upgrade to the 13 Pro Max. The 13 Pro Max is for people who are using 11 and then earlier device. Even me, if I'm to be using the 11, I'm not still going to buy the 13 Pro Max. I would rather wait for the 14 to know what Apple has to offer, because if you compare back, apart from the new design, there's little nothing different from the 11 Pro Max. So that's worth spending this huge amount of money to buy. So that is it, guys. And then I know a lot of you have been waiting for me to do the scratch test. As I said earlier on the video, I didn't even believe I said that. I can't do that. I'm really sorry. So if you want a scratch test, you can check out this guy. Jerry rigs everything. In fact, he's good with scratching the hell out of anything he wants to scratch the hell out of. And I don't blame him though. If I'm the one with 7 million subscribers, I think I might have the nerve to do that. But that's actually a joke. So thanks guys for watching my video, and please do subscribe to my channel for more videos. Bye.